This is the Man Stop It podcast. Man, stop it. Man, stop it. But I think MOB and STL has some shit going on. But you know the ties with that is Scrapp and Duck. They are family. They are related. So people do have falling outs. They do have arguments. They do have disagreements. But something went on. Something went on, and they had a little small beef or whatever situation was. They took care of that. They worked that out, you know. And I used to drop my son off at Booka crib damn near every day. You know, I used to take my son over there to Booka crib, and I'll go back and pick him up. But we could be driving through there, and my son would be like, "Pop, stop right quick. Hold on, Pops." So I'll stop the car, you know, and he'll be looking out the window and stuff like that. So I'm like, "What's wrong?" He'd be like, "I'm looking for T.I. Not T.I., K.I. So I'm like, "You looking for K.I.? What you looking for K.I. for?" And he'd be like, "Man, something went on, Pops. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking for K.I. I'm like, "You telling me to stop my car? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you and K.I. got going on? You feel me?" It ain't nothing, Pops. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing, Pops. But I'm looking for K.I. I'm like, "Okay, Brian. All right. You know, whatever it is, man, y'all deal with that. Y'all take care of that. And y'all family at the end of the day." You know what I'm saying? But he used to just always be on point when he in my car anyway. He can get in my car, he looking through all the mirrors, all the ones. That used to get to me because I used to have to look at my son at 15, 16 years old, looking through the mirrors and shit to make sure a motherfucker ain't following them, man. You know, that's what get me, that he used to be so on point that he got caught up, you know. And that hurt, you know what I'm saying? But I remember a time when somebody had called me. I was on I think I was on 55th. I was on 55th, I think, in Ashland. And somebody had called me. I don't know who it was, but they called me from the hood. And they was like, "Pops." I'm like, "Yeah." They was like, "Scrap say come get him." So I'm like, "Come get him." I'm like, "I'm on my way." You know, I used to be on pins and needles with my son, man. He used to have my head everywhere, man. So luckily I was right there by Garfield. So I actually drove up there. You know, he was in the alley right there by where he got killed at. So when I pull up in the alley, he come running out the backyard with handcuffs on. I'm like, "Man, what the fuck?" So he ran, he jumped in the motherfucker. They opened the back door, he jumped in the back seat with handcuffs on and laid down. I'm like, "Man, this nigga done ran from the police with his pants at his ankle." Pants was at his ankle, they said. You know how they wear, and I know my son Scrap, he used to always wear his pants sagging, you know, all the time. So he jumped in the car, boom. I'm like, "Man, what the fuck you done did?" He like, "I ran from the police. They put me in handcuffs and I just took off on them." I'm like, you took off from the police in handcuffs? But see, that's just the police. That's their move, you know. They'll let a motherfucker run. They let them get away. You know, they not gonna keep letting you get away and keep running. You know, that's what they do. Okay. They just looked at you. Your pants hanging down to your ankle and your knees. You don't think they could have caught you? Yeah, they would have caught you, man. They just let you run to get away. You know, next time you do it, they gonna be on some other shit with you. You know, so I tell them that. You know what I'm saying? So I got to ride around trying to find something to get them off. So we went over to one of his partner's crib, and we up there sewing like a motherfucker, man. Them cuffs wouldn't come off. You know, until they got over one of their partners, man. He had some motherfucking keys to the motherfucker. After 2-3 hours, we trying to get that shit off. And his partner had the keys to the motherfucker and opened that bitch, and they came straight off. You know. So yeah, that's just some of the shit that my boy used to get into, man. And I remember a time he was in the Audi home. He was in there actually. Chief Keef was in there with him. Chief Keef was on the 4th floor. My son was on the 3rd floor, and he told me about it. He said Chief Keef, like he was in 3F. My son was in 3F. Chief Keef was in 4F. And Chief Keef they used to holler through the walls and shit in the Audi home. And it used to be like Chief Keef used to holler through the walls, you ain't do that. You ain't do that. You know what I'm saying? And my son told his ass, no, I know I ain't do it. You know what I'm saying? But Chief Keef used to holler through the walls at him in the Audi home when they was in juvie together. You know. Booka was in there with him. Booka was in there too. But like I say, you know, when he had visitors, Booka could come in there. You know, if there was anybody else like a Rondo or something, he would have jumped up from the table and probably got to trying to fight Rondo. You know, but Booka, he used to just look at him and try to intimidate him. And Booka never looked towards him. And I used to tell my son, man, stop that. Man, stop it, man. You know, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And he'll just put his head down. He won't say nothing. He'll listen. He'll listen to me. You know, but that's you know what he had going on. But you know, now people saying that